Most men don't lose their friends overnight. They look around one day and realize that nobody truly has their back. I can't be the only one that has recognized how scarce a true, genuine, deep male friendship is nowadays. And since all of us are wondering how this happens over and over and history repeats itself, I broke it down completely. Most men are completely surrounded, but still alone. Men are surrounded by people most of the time, but still feel alone internally. Because the truth is, loneliness isn't measured about how many people you know, how many people you are surrounded with on a daily basis. Many times men just connect through drinking or the gym or one singular activity, which leads them to only connect through that one activity. But a lot of times when you remove that one activity or that one common interest, you realize that you don't truly connect on a deeper level. Most men end up with 100 acquaintances and maybe one true friend because they confuse proximity with connection. They confuse the fact of being frequently around somebody does not mean that they are truly friends with them. And through the conditioning of social media that a man can't have feelings or emotions, many of us just don't even consider if we can trust our friends with our emotions, if we can truly feel comfortable reaching out and being vulnerable with the brother next to us. But part of this is also an illusion, because social media also creates this facade that everybody has this solid group of people that they always have, that's always there for them, and everybody has the friend group that you wish you had. So all of this begs the question, if loneliness doesn't depend on being alone, then what truly causes that feeling? What I would consider to be the most monumental reason is the nature of competitiveness that lives in every single man. It is in our nature as men to compete, to have hierarchy, to have leadership and people that follow those leaders. So if you think about it, all the way back to the beginning of time, we were taught to compete with each other before we connected with each other. And many of the male figures that we admire or we see in movies over time do not exemplify a lot of vulnerability. So now vulnerability has become something that is associated with weakness, that is associated with a man that is not a real man. And although I do agree that men should be extremely emotionally resilient, that they should have a control over their own mind that gives them the ability to have people depend on them, to have people respect them, and to be the one that is solid in times of chaos and panic. I believe this whole facade in teaching that men being vulnerable in any situation or having emotions like any other human being something that is wrong is completely fucking stupid. And quite frankly, I think that any man that runs from emotion, avoids emotion, and distracts himself from emotion is a pussy. The real fake men in this world are the ones that ignore what they truly feel. They ignore the emotions that are begging them to heal, the trauma that is begging them to heal. And they are living selfishly through the lens of who they are trying to appear to be and not who they actually are. And it only gets worse as we get older. Because the older men get, the more that responsibilities replace trying to build intentional relationships, trying to build intentional friendships. And this is one of the many ways that we are nothing like women, because men don't intentionally seek friendship. Men don't always go out and try to find friends and try to connect with other men. They often just assume that it's going to come over time. And the reason for this not only is because we become consumed by our own lives, our own careers, and trying to build the valuable man prototype, but it's also the fact that we have too much fucking pride to go out there and try to make a male friend. We have too much pride to be the one that reaches out first, be the one that makes the first plan, and be the first one to be like, hey man, you want to hang out? Many great potential male friendships fall apart simply based off of the fact that both parties stop reaching out to each other. Both parties are waiting for the other party to reach out to them, and they never put their pride aside to realize that it takes 2 seconds to text who's supposed to be your friend and rekindle and maintain that friendship. So most men aren't rejected by friendship. It's not a matter of not being able to find friends. They just stop investing in their friendships altogether. Again, many men think that they have a bunch of friends, but they just have a bunch of acquaintances. If it was time to go to war, none of those dudes would ever have your back. And the truth is that deep male friendship is actually brotherhood. It's not friendship at all. And brotherhood is something that is built, not something that just comes. If you're lucky enough to have brotherhood within your life, think about why you connect so deeply with that other man. It's probably because you have shared struggle. It's probably because they supported you through one of the worst moments of your life. It's probably because they saw you in your most vulnerable moment. And that alone completely contradicts this fucking fairy tale that has been created, that when men are vulnerable with each other, it is a pussy party of a bunch of weak men floundering and complaining. That vulnerability, that willingness to have another man pick you up while you are down, putting your pride and ego aside, is the very thing that will give you the deep friendship that you are looking for. Brotherhood requires all of the things that make us as men extremely uncomfortable. That vulnerability, holding each other accountable even when it's not convenient for the other person, and simply showing up for our brother like we said we would, and being a man of our word. The best friends we have as men are often just the most dependable. The guy that you know would instantly pick up his sword, ride side by side with you into any battle that life threw at you. So the fact that most men shy away from these struggle moments and truly being honest about where they're at in life is them just robbing themselves of the exact connection that they say they're missing out on. And a brother isn't a man that's always willing to agree with you. He's the one that's willing to tell you that you're fucking up, that you are headed down a path that is hurting you or hurting other people. Your best friend is the one that tells you the truth about yourself, not the one that agrees with everything that you say. Many men fall out of friendship for this reason as well. They have too much pride to face themselves in the mirror, to realize that somebody is pointing something out of care for them instead of criticism. And they would rather write off the entire friendship instead of putting their ego down for one single situation in their life. A paramount problem in the space of male friendship is thinking about the friend that you want as a man, thinking about the brother that you wish you had, and not being that friend or brother yourself. You need to stop waiting for your future male friends to make that first interaction or make that first point of contact. And it's not even just man to man. This goes for anything. This goes for romantic relationships with women. This goes for familial relationships that you need to repair. Stop being the man that sits there waiting for people to do shit for them, waiting for the other person to be the bigger person, that is waiting for the other person to kindle the friendship at all. And stop being the man that only reaches out to his friends when he's lonely, that reaches out consistently, that takes time out of his day intentionally to simply ask their brother how they are doing truly. Instead, be the man that creates opportunities for connection. If you are a religious man, make a Bible study with your friends. Start playing basketball once a week. Create activities where you can consistently show up, see each other, and support each other. Become the man that doesn't have surface level conversations, that asks the deeper questions, that finds other men that are willing to go to that depth of life, that are willing to talk about feelings, emotions, conflicts, and struggles of being a man. Because Lord knows there's a hell of a lot of them. And by you being the real man and being vulnerable first, it will give a lot of men that have never opened up before the permission to be vulnerable too. And there, you will connect with them truly, and you will build that brotherhood that you have always been looking for. Years from now, you won't wish that you had more money or more success. You'll only wish that you had more people that you truly connect with on a human level. More people that truly value you and truly love you for who you are. The strongest man to exist is not the one who thinks he doesn't need anyone. It's the one that puts his pride aside and realizes that becoming a strong man is not an individual mission. It is built by going up with your brothers in arms and fighting the battle together, knowing how difficult it is to be a man in general. The friendships that you build today will be the same people that carry you through the darkest moments of your life. So what's more important, your career and trying to build your value on these external factors like money and success in business, or actually having people to share it with, actually having people that see you for who you are? If you want to get over this pride of being a man and just thinking that you can do all of this alone, and truly building a healthy mindset that will curate a life to where you are not only successful, but also have people to be successful with, I want you to DM me on Instagram right now. I want you to DM me the word brother to my Instagram handle right here on the screen. I will book a one-on-one call with you to help you start living an authentic life that is true to who you are and will attract the other men that you need to become the ultimate version of yourself.